93%. Okay, just sit with that for a second. According to the data, a massive 93% of our communication is entirely nonverbal. We're talking gestures, facial expressions, your posture, even the subtle shifts in your vocal tone. So what does this actually mean for us? Well, it means that mastering sales absolutely isn't about memorizing some perfect script. It's really about mastering human psychology and decoding those silent signals we're constantly sending to each other.
And that's exactly why the old-school high-pressure sales playbook, it's completely dead. In this explainer, we're going to dive into how top-tier professionals are completely flipping the script, building empathetic, data-backed journeys that create genuine connection. Because honestly, whether you're chatting with everyday retail customers or navigating these massive, complex B2B enterprise deals, the core human elements are exactly the same. We're going to break down the exact strategies the pros use to truly connect with buyers rather than just talking at them.
So here is our game plan for today. We'll be looking at the psychology of trust, mastering nonverbal cues, decoding customer objections, steps to turn a no into a yes, and we'll wrap up with the art of closing. All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the psychology of trust, which really is the foundation of every single deal.
Think about it like this. Selling today is just the empathetic process of building genuine trust and relationships, not just aggressively pushing products onto people. It's all about becoming a trusted advisor. We all know that hyper-aggressive, always-be-closing mindset is totally a thing of the past. In the modern era, the professionals who actually win are the ones who step back, slip into that advisory role, and genuinely want to solve their clients' problems.
The psychology behind this is honestly fascinating. As this quote points out, emotions play a huge role in purchasing decisions. People often buy based on how a product makes them feel, way more than the logical benefits. Data and metrics are great, sure, but humans basically buy with emotion and then scramble to justify it later with logic. So your absolute #1 job? Creating emotional safety for your buyer.
So how do we actually build that emotional safety? Well, transparency is huge. To put that into perspective, research shows a massive 94% of consumers remain loyal to brands that are just honest with them. Combine that radical transparency with solid social proof like case studies, nurture customized relationships, show off your industry expertise, and offer guarantees. Guarantees are like magic. They take the risk completely off the buyer's shoulders.
For example, take a look at a major B2B account like Phase 3 Telecom. But honestly, whether you're dealing with massive corporate telecom contracts or just one-on-one retail sales on a shop floor, corporate rapport building is the absolute bedrock for a smooth, trusted sales dialogue. By paying really close attention to how the other person reacts, you put them at ease, and that's what makes truly open communication possible.
Now, we need to draw a really clear line here. There is a massive difference between being assertive and being aggressive. Assertive selling, that's confident, direct, and respectful. You are 100% focused on finding a solution for their needs. Aggressive selling, on the other hand, relies on pressure and manipulation, which, let's face it, instantly nukes whatever trust you just spent all that time building.
Moving right along to section 2, mastering nonverbal cues and learning how to read the room.
Okay, we all kind of know the basics, right? Open posture, leaning in, good eye contact. But the real pro-level skill is active, conscious monitoring. You've got to ruthlessly eliminate your own defensive cues, like crossing your arms or fidgeting, while you are constantly scanning your prospect for those exact same signals. If they cross their arms, it's a huge red flag that they might be growing impatient or feeling defensive.
To really make your customer feel heard, you want to lean heavily into active listening and strategic mirroring. And by mirroring, I mean subtly matching their body language and their speech patterns. Doing this creates this almost unconscious level of familiarity and trust between you two. It silently signals, hey, I am entirely locked in on your wavelength.
All right, let's dive into section 3, decoding customer objections, or as I like to call it, navigating the messy middle.
Let's be real, buyers are inevitably going to throw up roadblocks. It's just part of the process, and they almost always fall into one of these 9 categories, ranging from price and timing all the way to trust and risk. Recognizing the specific puzzle piece you're looking at is step 1. If they say, well, not right now, boom, that's a timing issue. If they ask about another brand, you've got a competitor comparison on your hands. You've got to identify the roadblock before you can clear it.
Which brings us perfectly to section 4, steps to turn a no into a yes, using the objection handling framework.
Instead of immediately getting defensive the second you hear a no, try running through this specific sequence. First, actively listen. Second, truly empathize with their feelings. Third, clarify the actual root cause of their hesitation. And finally, respond confidently with solid evidence, like a relevant case study. You want to act as a trusted guide who validates their feelings before swooping in with the solution.
Now, here's a brilliant little shortcut you can use within that framework: the feel, felt, found method. It is practically magic for neutralizing tension. You simply tell them, hey, I completely understand how you feel. Then you follow up with, actually, other clients have felt the exact same way. And then the kicker, but here's what they found when they actually used our product. It instantly shows the prospect that they aren't alone, pulling all that friction right out of the conversation.
But you know, the absolute best objection handling is proactive. Seriously, don't wait for them to bring up their worries. Bring up those common concerns before the buyer even has to ask. If you share a quick success story that addresses a typical industry pain point right out of the gate, you're proving that you deeply understand their world. And trust me, that speeds up the trust-building process like nothing else. And finally, we arrive at Section 5, the art of closing, reaching the final destination. This brings up the million-dollar question, doesn't it? Whether you're a total rookie or a seasoned veteran, how do you know exactly when to transition from presenting your amazing solution to actually asking for the business? When is it time?
The big secret here is patience. You have to patiently watch for buying signals. If your prospect suddenly asks if an item comes in a different color, or they inquire about delivery timelines, or maybe they ask about finance terms, those are massive flashing green lights. Even positive physical cues, like enthusiastic nodding or subconsciously reaching for their wallet, are telling you that the time to close is literally right now.
When you see those green lights flashing, please do not overcomplicate things with a long script. You can simply use the "take it close." You just look them in the eye and naturally ask, "Would you like to take that today?" It's incredibly effective because it's honest, it's straightforward, and it carries zero pressure. You're just cleanly asking for their commitment. Now, if you want a slightly softer approach, you can pivot to the either-or close. You might ask something like, "Would you prefer to go with the small or the medium today?" Or, "Do you like the red or the gray?" This is a brilliant tactic because it assumes the sale is already happening, but it completely empowers the buyer by giving them a choice between two positive outcomes. It makes them feel like they're entirely in the driver's seat.
To wrap things up, I want to leave you with this really provocative thought from a veteran salesperson. Sometimes, the most powerful way to win a deal is having the sheer confidence to temporarily take it away. Simply telling a client, you know what, maybe we're just not a fit, triggers immense FOMO, the fear of missing out. People naturally fear losing something much more than they desire gaining it. It definitely takes practice, and the timing has to be right, but knowing exactly when to pull back just might be the most powerful closing tool you'll ever master. So what do you think? Are you bold enough to let a deal go just to see if it comes rushing back? Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.